What we're going to take a look at here is simplifying with exponents when we have fraction exponents. So this was a homework problem from page 178, it's number 25. And I know in period 3 we went over it, I'm sure period 9 as well. Looking at this, what we want to do, first we take a look at the numerator. So I want to say, what can I do to simplify this? I'm going to distribute. I can distribute this 2n to the 1/3 just like anything else. I'm going to multiply 2n to the 1/3 by 3n to the 1/3, and then I'm going to multiply 2n to the 1/3 by negative 4n to the 4/3. So when I go through and I multiply the coefficients first. That would be 6. The n to the 1/3, I multiply by n to the 1/3 here. When I'm multiplying two things of the same base, I add their exponents. So it would be 1/3 plus 1/3. And really the same thing on the other side. Subtracted by 2 times 4 is 8. Two things of the same base. I am going to again add those exponents. So I would add 1/3 and 4/3. All of that is still over 2n to the negative 1/3. Sorry about that. Now from here, I actually go through and I add those. So I'd have 6n to the 2/3 minus 8n to the 5/3, all over 2n to the negative 1/3. Now from here, this is where it always ends up catching people. What I want to do is, this is telling me I'm dividing 6n to the 2/3 by 2n to the negative 1/3, but I'm also dividing 8n to the 5/3 by 2n to the negative 1/3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide each thing by 2n to the negative 1/3. What that looks like is splitting this into two fractions. So it looks like this. Because what this is saying is divide this, divide 2n to the negative 1/3 here. Okay, and that's what I'm going to actually go through and write. And that's always the trickiest part, because now from here we see we could just use our exponent rules. On this one on the left hand side, I would go through, simplify the 6 over 2 first. I would say that is 3. I have two things of the same base. I would subtract those exponents. So I would do 2/3 minus negative 1/3. All that is subtracted by 8 over 2. I'm sorry, that should be 4. And the same thing, two things of the same base, subtract those exponents. So I would subtract negative 1/3. And I go through here and I continue to simplify. Here, 2/3 minus a negative, that becomes plus 1/3. Same thing over here. I would say 5 over 3 plus 1 over 3. When I go through and add those together, I end up getting 3/3. Over here, when I add these two together, add the numerators, I get 6/3. Now I would go through and I could just simplify this. 3 over 3, I know that is just 1, and then 6 over 3 would turn into square. So all of this mess in the beginning, 2n to the 1/3, everything else, that simplifies all the way down to 3n minus 4n squared. And you see we do this just by using our exponent rule.